to play, an hour to 2 hours. You pick your records, and then you have an idea as to what you're gonna be playing.
Yeah.
And you do spend a bit of time having a flick through to see what will work with the next tune. But like I didn't actually have a formula as to how to mix, like other than like what I'm feeling at the time.
Well, that's good though. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. It's just freestyle and just go for gold. Like you said, bring like 30, 40 records with you. But on each record, you probably go like 5 to 10 songs on that record, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So you can just go back again, like and you still whip out another record that you've already played, but you just only played one song off that record, right?
It's only if you had like an album that would be the case, but
okay.
Most tunes came with like a side A and a side B.
Yeah.
And that was your choice. Like you either like one side or you like the other.
Yeah.
There was very, very few records that I have that I like both sides.
Really? Okay.
And that was just the way like the music was printed back then.
Yeah.
And I mean, vinyl's still a thing at the moment,
it's still kicking around a little bit, but it just sucks that it's all migrated to just like what I do. It's all like laptop DJing in a way, and just like digital DJing exactly. Yeah, because like as I said, back then it's like classic. It's like it's raw. It's awesome in a way. Yeah. Like it's how it should have stayed in like
definitely. Yeah.
And so you did like a few house parties, but then like how did it progress from there?
I walked away from the scene for a long time.
Really?
Due to mental health issues.
Okay. Just like late nights and partying too much and the whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I went hard really young.
Yeah.
And I ended up suffering some mental health issues.
Yeah.
And I took a long break from clubbing and going out to parties for about 10 years.
Really?
And in 2009, I started going back out to festivals and started going clubbing again.
In 2009?
Yeah.
I forgot, like I'm quite young in this room.
All right. Yeah. How old are you, mate?
I'm 30. But
all right. Yeah. So 2009, I was like 28.
Yeah,
so,
real.
Yeah. So I started going back out clubbing.
That would have been so cool though, because you would have seen Perth nightlife in the 2000s, like the early 2000s, and then like 2010 onwards as well. Like
that's right.
Because I only started going out maybe 2011, 2012. I was in Bustleton, so I didn't even get to experience what it's like in Perth, like with the night clubbing scene or anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So like, how much do you reckon it has changed from like 2000 to like now? Like it's,
to be completely honest, it's still exactly the same.
Really?
In terms of like you go out to hear a certain DJ, you go out to hear a certain type of music, you go out to meet with a certain crew of people, like people that that like-minded people that like
the crews and stuff,
all your mates and that, like when I first started going to raves, like there was the only difference was in a rave you would get different styles in the same night. So you would have like, jungle to start off with. Then they'd play happy hardcore.
Oh, really?
Then, it'll get onto heavier hardcore.
Really?
Then it'd get into like something mental, like techno or something, like, like really, really heavy techno.
Fucking hell, okay.
And then end the night with like some really heavy drum and bass.
Yeah, no shit, all right.
And that's the only difference, like you don't get that really anymore.
Yeah, because now it's just like, it's just a drum and bass night, or it's just a techno night. But that would have been amazing, like going out and seeing happy hardcore in the flesh. Like we had Jen LK, next Gen on a while ago.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's like, she makes her own happy hardcore events and stuff, and she's like really trying to bring that scene back, but it just seemed like in Perth almost like time has left it behind, unfortunately. But
unfortunately, it sucks.
Like
that way,
yeah, because like that, like she's played some of that music to us. I'm like, holy shit, this would have gone off back in the day.
It's funny, like happy hardcore is like one of those genres that like I really enjoy listening to. But it's like a far in between, like I like it a bit heavier.
Like, a little bit heavier than happy hardcore. Like, happy hardcore is like, for me, it's like, holy shit, this is already heavy enough as it is. But
that was my original love, Gabba, happy hardcore, then jungle. So
you kind of just like started at the top and like, because jungle's like was quite mellow in a way. It was still dancey, right?
Yeah.
But it was nothing compared to happy hardcore, right? Like,
that's right. Yeah, it was more chill out music back in the day.
That's it,
Yeah. Smoke poop and then like listen to jungle. Like
that's it. Just chill, kick back, and it's like yeah, it's good shit, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
So you had that little like 10-year break, and so
Yes.
like after 2009, so you started going back out in 2009. Like, so that would have been like, you know, what clubs were around? Like, was it still Pinocchio's or like?
I'm not sure. I've heard that name so much, but
Because that's where Capital used to be, and now Capital's
right.
Magnet House.
We'll put it this way. I started going to festivals,
Oh, real?
so I wasn't really clubbing to start off with.
So that's like Futures and Stereos.
Yeah,
and,
like summer days.
Summer days,
like
okay.
Creamfields, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, like I did a lot of festivals over those years until about 2012.
Yeah, okay.
And that's when I got a shot to play a set at a nightclub.
Which nightclub?
It was back then. It was called Eurobar, which is then became Nevermind Small Club.
Oh, really? So Eurobar became, because it went Fly Right and then Nevermind, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So before it was the Fly Right, it was called the Eurobar.
Yeah, wow, okay.
And it was
so that's it, just there, Eurobar Northbridge.
That's correct. Yeah, that's the one.
Wow, that looks really different to what it was now.
Yeah, like the windows uncovered, like the main entrance was through the front. You know, like
yeah, through the front of the bar. So then was that more of a backpackers venue almost? Because they've got a backpackers right next to it, don't they?
it was more like an African club.
An African club.
So they used to play R&B.
Oh, real? Okay.
So like a lot of African people there, like a lot of
getting
black
down
people,
and,
like
getting down and dirty and like, you know, all
Yeah.
the girls and stuff.
oh
Yeah.
man, like, it was so good, eh?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
But there was a guy that put on a house night on a Thursday night,
Okay.
and that's how I started. Like, you know, like I played the opening set on a Thursday night, and we had a ram night, eh? Like it was like, you know, playing electro, like, you know, like electro house,
Yeah.
you know, like house beats and
Yeah, like the classic, like
yeah, so
electro
like
house. Yeah.
that's I was already mixing drum and bass. That's my main love at the moment and back then. So like you know, to play house was something different, you know, like and that's how I got a shot. Like, you know, like someone offered me a set and I
was
took
just like a 1 hour set. Was it on CDJs or was it on vinyl or
it actually ended up being on a controller,
on a controller? Okay.
on like a Newmark controller.
Yeah. Okay. Which Newmark? We'll pull it up.
I can't remember. Eh?
Oh, real?
Like
Right.
it was like a small 2-channel mixer with a laptop.
Yeah.
And like the funny thing is, like I don't use sync button.
Really?
Like I don't judge
like you do
anyone that does it.
Yeah, but you just do it like classic, like proper, right?
I like the beat match, you
Yeah.
know, like when I'm mixing, and
Because that's the thing, because it like just adds just like authenticity in a way to it. Like
it makes it harder. Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's
like,
it.
Yeah.
Because like I use sync, but I double tap it, so I just
Yeah,
like
right.
get the BPMs correct, and
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
I can go off and do stuff with it and play around with it.
Nice.
But I'm always like, you know, I'm playing rock and roll and this and that and like bits of everything, so it's like it just makes it easier to jump between genres.
It does, eh?
Almost, yeah.
But the funny thing was that like I got to the end of my set and I was like really happy with it. I was like, I was happy with that.
That's good though. That's really good.
And then I realized the sync button was on the whole time.
Oh, really? Really?
And I was like, oh well.
Oh, like, it sounded good. I was happy with it. That's what matters, right? Like,
That's right. Yeah.
did you have a bit of a crowd going as well? I
Yeah. Like people walking in from the street, like, you know, like they walk past it and go, this is not normally what's playing here.
Yeah.
And
it
then
was
we
like,
hear like, you know, like electro and then like house stuff. And they
was
were
there
just
like a door entry as well, potentially, or?
Yeah, they used to charge $5 at the door.
That's so cheap. That's
Yeah.
what I used to love, like from memory. Like it's, you know, way back in the day, it was like, you know, $5 just to go into a club.
It was,
and like an
yeah.
event was like 10 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, certain events like up to $100 depending on who the artist is.
Like the price of like events always fluctuates, but it is harder now to fill a club,
Yeah.
you know, because of the times we live in.
That's it.
But-
Yeah. Well, after, you know, the pandemic and everything like that, it's the nightlife has taken a very big hit in
It
Perth.
has.
And hopefully, like, you know, it looks like everything's on the up and up, but
Yeah.
it's just going to take time to heal properly.
That's right, yeah.
And it's just so many different venues are opening up, and you know, so many people are doing very similar stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
there's so many options and variety that you can go to almost.
There is at the moment, yeah, which is like a really good thing for Perth, you know, like
Yeah.
because we're so isolated that now like we have a really, really vibrant scene, you know, like we have a lot of crews putting on parties, you know.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. Which is what we need. Like we need that scene to grow and just flourish in a way.
yeah.
So then, like, So you started going out to festivals and like, you know, like Futures and Stereos and like Creamfields and all the other ones and everything. So what happened after that? Because you played your first set, but then like, did you get more gigs after that?
Yes, I started playing radio shows. I played for the Backyard Project.
Backyard Project?
Yes.
What was that?
That was a very similar studio to what you have here.
Okay.
And it was just
sounds cool.
Someone's private house, and then he used to get streaming on the internet.
Really?
And it was like a 24/7 roster of DJs.
Really? 24/7 roster of DJs for... Wow. So, how would you find that? Was it just on a website or what?
Excuse me. I got invited by a mate of mine that I met at parties. Like, you know, he was like, oh, you know, like, I'll get you to come and play. Oh, excuse me.
Nah, it's all good. It's just the beer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. To come and play a set, like, for the radio show.
Mm.
And that's what you just exploded from there. Like, you know, like then I started getting booked for gigs, and you know, like
was it just like a 1 hour set on the radio? Like,
yeah, just a 1 hour.
Was it camera as well, live, or was it just audio? Or
there was a live stream aspect to it, so like
that's
there was
sweet.
Video.
Yeah, okay.
But mostly it was audio.
Yeah. And like I asked as well, like was it just on a specific website? Was it on MySpace or anything like that? Or
I'm pretty sure there was links to external websites, but it was all its own website.
Yeah.
So the website was called the Backyard Project.
That's so cool. That's really cool. Have you managed to find it at all, Damon? No, it doesn't exist.
No,
anymore?
it wouldn't do anymore.
I found the Facebook page.
You found the Facebook page there?
Yeah, it shut down that year.
Oh, really?
So the year that I started playing, I started playing in October. By December, like the guy had to shut it down.
Really? Well, do you know the reason why? Like copyright or anything like that, or?
No, it was to do with the council stating that it was a public building.
Oh, really?
Like it was a place of business.
Oh, okay.
You know, like because he was providing an internet service.
Yeah.
Where like if he had to have, you know, patrons in the house, like he would have to have exit signs and treat it as a public building.
Really? Even though it was just like his own house?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
that's crazy. Like they're full on like stamped down on that. But like even though it's just your own home, just like was he making money out of it? Do you know?
No. He used to pay royalties to APRA.
Yeah.
You know, like so obviously like it was a legit radio service.
Yeah.
But it was his neighbors that dobbed him in because you know noise complaints.
Yeah.
And that's why the council went out to have a look at why was there noise 24/7. And that's when they realized, okay, you're running a radio show from here. You know, like
that's so bullshit. Honestly, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like imagine the community behind that would have been amazing. Like getting just 24/7 DJs coming in and out, just coming in, hanging out, and then like, you know, you could stick around, sit on the couch and watch someone play, and like the community would have been so cool.
It was really, really good to like just hang out. Like you play your set, you hang out with them for hours, you know, like, and you know, like
that's it. Like roll a doob and just hang out, right?
Yeah, man.
Do you know who used to run it? Because I want to see if I can get him on. Like,
his name was Corey.
Corey, okay.
Kiwi dude.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure his name was Corey A. Like, sorry if my memory escapes me, but
yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, like,
well, like even after or whenever if you ever remember his name, like hit me up with him because like to talk about something like that'd be so cool. Like,
yeah, he could tell you stories about that place.
That's
man.
it.
Like,
that just sounds like an establishment. Like
it was. Yeah.
How long do you know how long he went for? Like a couple of years or?
Yeah, it was a couple of years.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah,
that is so cool. Like 24/7 DJs in a house just playing music and just like live streaming it, recording it. Yeah. You know, just music after music and just. Did they ever get on the microphone and be like, yo, this is, this DJ is coming up kind of thing?
They did, yeah.
Oh, that would have been sick. That would have been so cool.
MCs were allowed there, like, you know, like our people's had MCs for their sets and that. Like
that's so cool.
I think it was Corey A. Like, I'm pretty sure it was, but he'd get on the mic as well and introduce the new DJs and that. Like, so it was good, eh?
Yeah, that would have been amazing. Yeah. So then, like, what happened after that then? Because, like you said, gigs started coming in and, like, you started playing out and about more, like...
Yeah, so mainly radio shows. I played for DB9 Radio.
DB Night Radio. So what's that? I've never heard of that either. Like,
that's a forum.
Forum?
Yeah.
Okay, this is before my time. So.
I see, yes.
Yeah, like, I was legal to go out, but I wasn't involved in the scene as I am now, so...
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, like... It was a forum. What do you mean by that? Like,
so like an internet forum, you know, it's like a website where
it had like threads and like people chatting and this and that and messages and stuff. But but did it have videos as well or like audio or
no? Text. It would all be text, bro.
So,
do you remember any of the forums? Like any of the forum names?
yeah, DB9 Radio. But like there was a radio show on a Friday night called the Hijack Friday Night Hijack, and I played there regularly, like doing a Friday night thing.
And it was just at someone's house again, or
like, yeah,
sweet, yeah, okay.
yeah. That was,
it's almost like Perth's version of pirate radio, like in the UK in a way.
It was.
That sounds so cool. Like,
yeah, man.
And like, could you tune in through your actual radio? Or no. So it's just all online,
all internet. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, it's the loophole. Like the minute you start tuning into radio stations, that's when the radios be like, "Well, you're not paying us." Like,
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so it's expensive to get a license to like FM radio.
100%. It's so expensive. But then, so you were just doing like 1 hour sets. Like, what type of music would you play for them?
Drum and bass mainly.
Yeah.
I'd play a bit of hardcore every now and then.
And it was all vinyl that you bring in, or was it digital by then?
No. Like I actually started mixing on a controller.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I could mix wax, but I used to like mainly just do like track the mixing.
Just track the mixing.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by track the mixing?
So on a new Mac 4 track.
Yeah.
Which is like a 4-channel controller. And I used to bring a laptop and my controller.
Oh, and then just tilt off that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like, I've never heard that. Okay.
Yeah. So like using controllers to like
to play out
mix.
A bit. Yeah. Okay. That's sweet though. And so like after that as well, like did you start getting into a bit more nightclubs or playing at pubs and bars or anything? Or like...
Yeah, so I started doing the Newport Hotel.
Oh really? You started playing at Newport?
Yeah.
Yeah, that place doesn't exist anymore. It's so shit.
Oh, doesn't it really?
No, they're renovating it and they're turning it into another flight club.
A flight club.
Yeah, so next door to Capitol or Magnet House, they've got a venue called Flight Club now.
Oh, I see.
And it's electronic darts.
Which
I mean, it's already been done by there's a place called iDarts in Northbridge.
Yeah.
And that's already been done. Like, it's already electronic darts, like alcohol, bar in a way.
Yeah.
Flight Club, can you look up Flight Club? It's more of like a English thing.
Oh, I see.
So it's like an English old school pub or bar. But the way they're doing it is it's like, from what I got told, it's like there has to be it's a brand, so it's all over England and it's a few places around the world.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Newport closed in Transfer Flight Club darts venue. I don't know if we'll go all right though, because it's Fremantle. Like people want to dance and party, but it's a dart venue. It'll be very interesting to see how it gets turned into. But
if it actually ends up getting a lot of like people come through the door and
it could be cool, but it's darts. So,
it's a niche market.
Very niche market, but it could work. It could potentially work.
Possibly,
so how often did you play at Newport then, back then?
I used to do Thursday nights.
Sweet, yeah.
And we started off with a monthly night. Mm-hmm. And
what was it called?
Culture Clash.
Culture Clash, okay.
Yeah, so I used to play vinyl there.
Yeah.
So me and a mate of mine, Steve C, like we used to like just play vinyl sets. Like he'd play a break set, and then I'd play a drum and bass set, and
sweet, yeah.
Like all our mates would come and support, and it was just like one of those things where like people that wandered off the street, like into the bar, like they'd be like, some of them were into it, some of them weren't. But most people were like they loved the the electro breaks and
just like, the vibe, right, and the atmosphere and
then drum and bass. And we used to have some wicked nights there, eh?
And like, how long would it go to? They would go until like 2 a.m., 4 a.m. or something like that, or
we'd play for a couple of hours each. So like it would go like they'd have DJs before us, then we'd play a couple of sets, and then they'd have another DJ after us, and it all depended on how, who was booked to play that night, and how late we'd go.
So then how long did it last? Like did it last like a year or a couple of years or?
A few months, about 6 months.
Yeah, okay. That's not bad though.
Yeah.
That's really good for like a little event. Like, so it was yours and Steve's gig? Like it was your event or?
It wasn't our event. It was run through Mills Records.
Okay.
So Mills Records used to have a different manager to what they have now. So the guy, that bought out of the business, he used to run Culture Clash.
Yeah, okay. And did he run any other events in Perth as well, or just that one?
He also put on Off-World Productions.
Off-World Productions.
But don't quote me on that because I think it might be the new manager, the new owner of Mills Records that runs Off World. But
yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah, that's how I got the gig at BSS.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was Loaded Dice and Off World Productions that did.
Yeah, I've heard of Loaded Dice. Loaded Dice is another production company, right?
Yeah, so they're old school. Like they're like they used to run an Andy C on a New Year's Day, not New Year's Day, Australia Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so back before Origin started taking him away.
Yeah, this is like back in like early 2000s when Andy C used to come to Perth every year.
Yeah,
and do the Australia Day.
Because he's got I'm pretty sure he's got a house here.
Oh, really?
From what the word around town is, I'm pretty sure he's got a house here because he loves coming here.
Yeah, right.
Living it up here.
I wouldn't be surprised to say Perth is a good place to live in. You know, like
it's really nice. It's not as cold, but I mean it's really hot over in England at the moment. But you know, most of the time it's freezing over there.
Yeah.
So this is Bay SS here.
No, this is Loaded.
Oh, Loaded Dice. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this is
Yeah, okay. But so then after Newport, then like what other gigs and where else did you go from there?
And
like
just various events, you know, like I started going out bush.
Yeah, okay.
So
like the early bush stuffs then.
Yeah, so like from about 2014. So not too early, but 2014 I started going to like just parties and ended up on the deck somehow, like you know,
like, he can play, get him on.
yeah. So like, you know, I started getting booked for gigs, like for doof gigs, and I played a few sets, like early morning sets, and like that's probably the best time slot for me, like when the sun's coming up. And you know, like it was.
I can imagine like it would be such a magical moment when the sun's coming up. It's like early hours of the morning, and it's just like, all right, sun's coming up. Let's get it going.
And just make it dark, you know, like...
Just make it a party.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Yeah.
And so how big were some of these bush stuffs? So like what they are now, like just flat out like hundreds of people? Or
Yeah, usually like pretty big doofs, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's so good about Perth culture. Like with the Perth culture with like the bush stuffs and everything, it's like it's an escape from city life almost.
It is, and you just camp out for 3 days.
Yeah, camp out for 3 days and just whatever goes in a way. It's just one big party almost.
Definitely, yeah.
Excuse me.
You're right.
So then, like, how many bush stuffs do you reckon you played? Quite a few, or?
Oh, probably about... Jeez, I can't even count them.
It's quite a few then, yeah.
Because I've been to a few, so I've played at a few, yeah.
And so would you always go for the sunrise set, or just whatever?
Nah, just whatever lands, like, you know, depending on who's putting the party on, I'd play early in the night or early in the day. Like I went to a New Year's Eve doof, and I played the opening set on I think it was on a Monday, because it was New Year's Day landed on the Tuesday.
Yeah, okay.
So I played on the opening set on the Monday.
So New Year's Eve then.
Yeah, so I ended up coming back to Perth for New Year's Eve. But because I played early, like you know, like it was like already packed.
Everyone was already there and ready to go.
And the vibe is so different in our bush, you know. Like,
it is, yeah.
Everyone's so much more into the music than like if you play in the city.
Yeah.
You know, you could play really obscure music and people vibe off it so much more than like if you're in a nightclub where people
it's so interesting with that though, right? Because I mean, it's almost like since you have to pay for entry and you have to pay for drinks, it's like it's just a different vibe. But then when you go out bush, it's just like free for all. Yeah. You pay a ticket. But it's just to help support the event and everything. That's right. But it's just like, as I said, like anything goes. Yeah, it's like so many hippies and everything like that, and just having a good time, and it's all about, you know, peace, love, and the whole lot, and music. So
that's right, yeah. And I got into that culture quite easily because as a kid, like I got into the rave scene, and you know, people were accepting. You know, like people were like, I wasn't always received well with some people, like, you know, it wasn't like a general thing.
Yeah, okay.
But most people I met from when I was really young, you know, they were all open arms and like, you know, like, come join us, like, you know, like,
no, come
good,
party
with us.
That's really good though. Yeah. That's how it is sometimes at the scene. It's like some people are just like standoffish and like, nah, like, you know, we've got our thing going. You know, we don't want, you know, others to pop in and say hi or this or that. But then when most of the scene is all just like, yeah, no, dude, just come have a drink, come have a beer with us. Yeah.
And it's always been like that for me in Perth.
Yeah.
Like I've never had animosity, like, you know, like to say like, that I felt unwelcome at parties.
No, that's good. That's really good then.
from day dot, man. Like, you know, like just going to a party and then you find crew and then like, you know, you end up.
Yeah, just socializing, meeting people and the whole lot, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Perth is so small, right? So
Yes.
that's the thing, is like when you eventually meet quite a few crews, then you go out and you just keep bumping into people now.
That's right, yeah.
It's a similar thing with me. Like every time I go out, by the looks of it, someone always bumps into me and says, hey, you're the podcast guy. Oh, fuck, here we go. Like, hi, I'm very drunk. Like I actually had that on Saturday night. Like I was literally just bar hopping with a mate and then we're just like, oh shit. Like, hi, I'm very drunk. I can't do this right now. It's like, no, it's all good, dude. It's just so cool to me. You're like, no, I'm really, really drunk.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Yeah, it's so funny. It was such a funny night.
Yeah, man.
When you were younger, though, did you ever go to any illegal raves or anything like that? Like, where... Because you know how they say back in the day, it's like you get like an address.
Yes.
And then you got to go somewhere. And then that someone will be waiting there and then tell you to go somewhere else. And then you go to like a warehouse or something like that.
First rave I ever went to was one of those parties.
Really?
Yeah.
And so how did it play out? How did it pan out? Did like where did you have to go? Like what was the, like, tell us the story back. Because I love hearing this kind of stuff.
So we bought our tickets from Central Station.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my mate from school. Some of our other mates, like there was about three of us in our group that we bought tickets, and my sister came with us. And we ended up having to meet outside the Globe nightclub, which is what Capital
time?
now.
Yeah. What
Was around midday.
Midday, really?
Mid or late afternoon, I think it was.
Yeah, so the sun was still up.
Yeah. So like we met on the day of the rave, like we met at a Globe to get the map. And then we spend the day like scouring the city, like trying to figure out the map.
So they actually gave you a map of like, go
Yes.
here, like an X marks the spot.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Then
With
like,
no street names, you know, like it was like there were certain landmarks on the map, but like you had to figure out whereabouts it was. And it ended up being at the Italian club in North Perth.
oh really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's sick.
Yeah,
But then,
yeah,
like
yeah.
as you got closer, could you just like hear the music start thumping and you're like, all right, we're in the right place, we're in the right area at all? Or
It was so concealed and so new to me that like, you know, like I couldn't really make out music until we were actually going up the stairs.
really?
And you walk inside and like the sound system they had in there, like nothing I've ever experienced before, like just
It's
really
just so
loud,
yeah.
like crisp bass, you know, like
And how many people were there? Was just like packed, like flat out?
from the very start.
Real.
So
What time do you get there?
about 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Wow.
Yeah, we got there early.
And what, did it just like finish at 6 a.m. or something like that?
Pretty
Or?
much, yeah.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah,
and so
man.
like you stuck around from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. there.
At the time, this is a bit of a personal thing, but I come from a very strict family.
Okay.
So my parents were very, very strict.
Yeah.
So they expected us home by a certain time.
Yep.
So I think we ended up leaving at like 2 a.m.
A real.
Yeah, so like, you know, like
No, that's all right though. Like that's not too early. Like,
no, not for a 15-year-old, you know, like
so you were 15 going
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh shit. That's
know, like-
sick.
you know, like it wasn't like
That's awesome.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You're just like, all right, you know, let's go party.
yeah. So like I didn't go out all night, but like, you know, we still partied, you know, like
Yeah.
it was like got to experience what, you know, live music sounds like, you know, like
Yeah, that's so cool though. Like,
Yeah, man.
just like, and they were just casually like at the record store. Like, yeah, you want to go to a rave? Hey, kid, you want to go to a rave? Like, yeah, buy a ticket and then go here, and they'll give you a map.
Yeah,
It's like almost
yeah.
like a treasure hunt in a way.
It was, yeah.
That would have been so cool.
It was good, man.
And so, were you the youngest in your group going, or the oldest, or?
No. There was we're all the same age.
I really see you're all 15, and you were
Yeah.
just going out. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
It's
man.
literally like a proper treasure hunt almost, but like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
back in the day, because you can't do that now. Like,
Nah.
they've got illegal raves and stuff, but you know, they're usually just on Facebook almost. Like, it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
public, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
you hear about it, and like, you know, they were throwing raves down at that down at what was his name, Corey's place.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
West Perth.
Yeah, in West Perth. Yeah. Don't want to
Yeah,
give locations out, but yeah, that's it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, and so like with those, it was just almost a word of mouth thing, and then you just knew it
Yes.
was there. But
That's right.
I think those events have stopped now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately. It was such a cool location.
It was,
like a really cool location, but it's just, I think drama went down and I think the cops got called or something happened and then it was all over, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, like with that kind of event, like they don't really continue.
Yeah. They've got like a good run and then that would be it almost.
Yeah, but there was a lot of parties that he used to put on. Like, so I've been to a few.
Really?
Like, yeah.
So really did you ever go to any other illegal raves?
Yeah, I've been to heaps of like parties, like where, I guess like the illegal side of it is the fact that you're not allowed to have them.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
But if you keep the numbers to people you know, like you invite like-minded people that know each other, you end up meeting pretty much the whole crew. Like when you at that party.
Then you can hear about the next one because they're like the same crew's almost going. Yeah.
So I've been to a few of those, like, but mostly like clubbing.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's where most parties are put on these days.
Exactly, yeah.
And doofs, you know, like, which is the closest thing to a rave. But then, like actual illegal warehouse parties, like I've been to probably about 3 or 4.
Yeah. That's it. They're very like far in between in a way. Like,
yeah,
they're out there, but it's so concealed and so like word of mouth that not everyone gets to know about. I've only been to, I think I've been to 2.
All right,
I think only 2. Yeah.
Yes.
And then like Damo's got a wicked story about going to one when Jordan had a broken foot. Like,
ouch.
Yeah.
They still danced for like 4 hours. And he like grabbed my shoulders, like, bro, we need to go. And I had to carry him back to the car.
Oh no.
It's like amazing.
Yeah. He was just like, he's just so with it. And he's just like, let's just keep going, let's keep partying. And then it got to a point like, nah, I'm really sore. Like, we should go.
3 hours later, I was really impressed with that.
Yeah.
The walk back was really sad.
Yeah, with a broken foot.
Yeah, that's it, basically.
Yeah.
So then with all of that, like, when did you, because like you've played at nightclubs now, right?
Yes.
And you've played at quite a few bars. Like, what clubs have you played at and what events? And
so speaking of illegal parties, I've played for a few different crews, and I've done a few parties for Soon, the Soon crew.
Oh yeah. And, those parties go off.
Yeah.
Can you pull up their page, Damo? Soon is just so good. Like with the events that they're throwing, like how we threw. Were you at the Kings Park rave?
I was there, but like I had work the next day.
Yeah, I think I bumped into you actually.
Yes, you did.
I was very drunk that night. Like, I was walking around with a bottle of vodka. I'm like, hey, you want a shot? And every time someone have a shot, I'd have a shot.
Nice.
And we polished off the whole bottle, and then I kept drinking after that. I was just so wasted.
Nice.
And I ended up going back to back with Mitch.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and he wasn't too happy about it. Like,
oh, really?
Because like I was just jumping on the effects and like I was adding to his set, but he was just like swatting my hands. But I was like, no, this will work. This will be good. This will be good. Like, it was so much fun.
I actually had work the next day, so I was only there till midnight. But I got there early, like, and I helped set up.
Yeah.
And so like I watched the first few DJs.
Yeah.
And then at about midnight, I made my way home. So that wasn't a late night.
Yeah, because your day job, like you've been an architect for a long time, right?
I've been working for builders for a while,
yeah,
like for a few years now.
Yeah, it seems like a good industry to be in a way. Like
at the moment, it's very quiet for me because I've been trying to do it as my own business.
Yep.
And it's very hard to get clients to sign up and do like private work.
Yeah.
And builders, I've applied for working for builders over the last 6 months or so. Just don't really have the
just
like the clientele, like to have my own business and do it like subcontracting or like doing actual contracts for private clients.
It just sucks because it's just like after COVID, everything, like not just the hospitality industry, everything's been struggling.
Yeah,
just trying to get back on their feet, and like people don't want to spend money, and interest rates are going up, and it just seems like it's getting harder and harder to live, almost.
It is, yeah.
Because like Perth is one of the most expensive cities in the world as well.
It is, yeah.
Like people say, oh, no, it's not. But it's like, try living here. Like, it's very expensive.
Cost of living is high here, which is, like, it's a good place to live in. But unfortunately, like, the COVID.
Yeah, the COVID boom.
Like, the COVID pandemic kind of really.
Yeah, it just hit everything.
Hit everything, yeah.
Yeah.
So the prices of things have gone up, like, so unfortunately.
What have you pulled up there, Damo? Cost of living.
International salary calculator.
Tell us about this, Damo. He just found it. Seems interesting. What does that say? clothing. Cost of hire. I can't even read that.
No, I can't read that. There you go.
All right. So on this website that Damo's pulled up about the cost of living in Perth.
Yeah.
So clothing costs are high for items such as business, casual, and children's clothing. A basket containing $1,000 in New York costs $1,000.
$200 here.
$1,210 here.
Yeah.
But that's for alcohol and tobacco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because alcohol is so expensive here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's crazy when you go to like places like, you know, Indonesia or like, you know, other countries around the world, or like Europe, and it's like £3 or like €3 for like a beer, and that's like what, $5, like.
Yeah.
And then like here it's, you know, it's standard $10 to $15, and then cocktails are $20. It's wild.
It's unfortunate that they're like the conversion of you know, what you would earn in a country like that to what you would earn here.
Yeah.
You know, like if you go with money from here there, everything's cheap.
Yeah. That's it.
Whereas like if you come here, like you earn a fair amount, you know, like a large salary, or a good wage, but you know the cost of things here is a lot more expensive, you know, like so that's what makes the comparisons like a lot harder to you know, like the cost of living, you know, like I think I paid like $2.20 for petrol about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but it's gone down again. Like it's like $1.60 or something for like for fuel. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I have to go fill up. Like,
do man, like it's cheap at the moment, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just wild how things can just get that high, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But that's just, it's the way the world's going, unfortunately. So
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the music. So, so you also produce, right?
Yes.
And so, how did you get into production? Because you said you released 3 EPs. Like, that's impressive. That's really cool.
Man. Cheers, man.
Yeah. So, like, tell us, like, right in the beginning, like, what got you into production? You just started DJing, and then you're like, all right, you know, I better make my own music, or?
I used to have an Amiga 500.
Amiga 500?
Which is like a PC. Like it had like 1 megabyte of memory.
Okay.
Like, you know, it was like a very, very early PC.
Okay, I've never heard of that. Like, can we pull that? Are you onto it? Yeah. Damo's onto it.
Nice.
Please repeat that. Spelling's bit off.
Yeah, Amiga. So AMIGA.
AMIGA. I thought you were saying OMEGA, like Omega.
Amiga is like a Spanish word that means friend.
Okay. So, oh wow, look at that. It had 1 megabyte of space.
Yeah, pretty much. That's 1 megabyte RAM.
Whoa. And so you were did you produce off that? Like,
yeah, you could.
No shit. That's sick. Like,
I was no good at it though. Like,
still, that's so cool though.
Yeah, like a lot of producers used to use Amiga 500s back in the day. Like, you know, like they would write drum patterns on them, and that was like, you know, like you could make a decent tune out of it. You know, like I think you could have up to about 8 channels.
Yeah, okay.
Like on a program called Octamed Pro.
Ultimate Pro.
Octamed.
Can we? What's that? What have you put up there?
I'm trying to find it.
So Octamed is like an 8-channel tracker.
Still a Commodore Amiga 500.
Yes.
It's not even Microsoft, right? It was something else.
Yeah, that's right. It was his own thing, eh? Yeah.
How much did that set you back? Because was that expensive back then, or? Like,
I think my dad paid like $1,200 for it.
$1,200 for that.
When I was like, I was like 10 when he bought one. And then I kept the computer for years, you know, like, and I realized that you could write music on it. You know, computers were a lot more advanced. Like when I reached my late teens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which is when I started, you know, playing around on the Amiga.
Yeah.
And it was just like for the fact that like you couldn't get music DAWs for your PC back then. You know, there was some around, but Fruity Loops was one of them.
Yeah, Fruity Loops have been around literally forever.
Yeah, so I started using that in 2001. And before
2001.
that, yeah.
So, is this what it kind of looked like here?
Trying to get an image of it. It's a bit tricky.
That's the one. See the one on the left?
Because it's all linking to forums.
Oh, right, yeah.
Here we go.
So was it kind of like that?
That's exactly what it looked like, yeah.
It looked like that. Whoa.
Yeah.
And so you were making music off that.
Yeah, but it wasn't very good, man.
That's like data right there and graphs.
It was, eh?
That's so cool.
Yeah. And
so, like, how would you make sounds off of it, though? Like, do you have to plug anything into it, or like...
No. It would have like a sample pack, sample button.
Okay.
And then you would pick your samples and put it in a channel.
Yeah.
And then you write the pattern on, like you time it to see how you know, like a beat structure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, every four counts, that it'd be a beat.
Yeah, okay.
So you know, if you wanted to make 4/4 music, you'd have like every 4 you'd have a kick, and then you'd fill the rest of it in.
Yeah, wow. And so that's what you learned off of, like.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
Fuck yeah.
And so like, so you didn't really make any tracks off of that though, right?
Nah, I used to muck around with it, but like, it was just something that I did as a kid, you know, like, yeah.
And then like, so what happened after that? Because like, to be able to make the 3 EPs, like, how did you progress after that classic bit of technology?
Like I moved on to FL Studio.
Yeah.
And I was producing a lot of like really progressive, like 4/4 sort of stuff.
Yep. Was that on like Windows 98, like a classic?
Yes.
PC?
Yeah.
Good old Windows 98.
Yeah, man. Like, way back then,
Yeah.
Like it was more like just something that I did for fun. And my brother, like he was really good at producing, so like he used to make really good tunes back then, and he'd show me them, and then like I still hadn't learned a lot of the music theory. It wasn't until
that's the hardest part though, is the theory behind it, right?
Yes.
But yeah, sorry, go on. So it wasn't about until
about 2015 that I met. I'd already met him a few years ago, but my mate Sam Oscar, rest in peace.
Oh yeah, rest in peace. Sorry to hear, but
that's all right. Yeah, I lived with him for a while, and he was like, he knew that I had some knowledge of how to
produce,
how to compose.
Yeah, okay.
And he taught me how to engineer, so he taught me how to mix.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's him and my friend Rhino.
And so like he just like got you into the studio and was just like, all right, let's do this. Like, like was the studio just like a bedroom studio in a way? Or?
Pretty much, we were running a Mute Kai Sony like amplifier with like, you know, tower speakers.
Okay.
Like it wasn't a proper studio. Like
Sony, I've never heard of that either. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. What? Yeah. How do you spell that? Like,
this.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had one of those systems.
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have thumped then. Like,
it was good, man. Like, yeah.
That would have been really good because those Sony systems they go hard. Like, they go very hard for what they are, and very loud as well, right?
Yeah, but it's all hi-fi.
Yeah.
So you know, like that's how I started off. You know, like I just learning from just frequencies, like, you know, like compression, EQing, the things that I've had to learn along the way, because like I've got no musical training. You know, I did 1 year of the keyboard and then that was it. Like, you know,
so that, as I said, that's so impressive that you can actually like, you can write 3 EPs and it's just like you had like barely any like, you know, music like you didn't actually go and study music, or you didn't like play any other instruments. Like 1 year at the keyboard. That's so cool. And so like how long did it take you to make your first like track, like first EP? Was it like
I wrote all 3 of them in about 2 months.
In 2 months, really?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. You're just spitting out tunes. Like.
Yeah. So like I'm always in the studio, like at home, just working on music. You know, like because I get ideas and then I think, oh, that'll sound cool. Like, and I write something and then like I put it aside and then it stays there for months. You know, like before I touch it again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
And then how would you go about like when you go to make a song? What do you start with? Like, do you start with a drum pattern or do you start with like a synth or like?
Drum patterns are usually what I start with.
Yeah.
Like the first EP that I produced, like the first track that I made, like it was.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back, like you know, like how the process behind it.
Yeah.
But like I wrote one tune and then I showed a few people and they were like, "Oh, that's fucking cool."
Yeah. Okay.
And then like then I played another tune. I made another tune and I said to my housemate, I was like, "Hey Sam, check this out." And I was like nervous to show him. He goes, "I like the master on that, eh?" And I was like, "Okay." Like it gave me that confidence, you know, like to then put it up online. And that's when I got hit up by the record label to say like,
really,
you know,
they hit you up about it. Damn. Yeah. And so that was just is a local local record label, or
yes. So Little Rascal Records. Yeah. Run from Rockingham.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And then like, how did they track you down? They just was it on
SoundCloud?
It was on SoundCloud. They just tracked you down on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So he hit me up on Messenger and said like, "Oh, we like your newest tracks. Like, you know, would you like to be on the be on the label. So.
And so, like, did you have to sign a contract or anything like that at all?
Yeah.
And so, like, what was involved in the contract? Did they say like every year you have to make a certain amount of music or anything, or was
nothing like that? It was just like just the licensing for distribution.
Yeah, okay.
That's all it was for the contract. Like they put me out on the Orchard.
On the Orchard.
Yeah, so that's like a distribution network where like it gets put on YouTube. iTunes, Juno Download, some Beatport stuff, and then like the distributor, like they posted the links on my SoundCloud, so like the SoundCloud links are owned by the Orchard and Little Rascal Records, but like they are credited for like being the writer of the music.
Yeah.
So like it goes to show like the music's been distributed.
So that's pretty cool though, because it's like not many people get on labels. These like they do and they don't. Like you usually have to make their own label almost, and then like, distribute it from there.
And I was very fortunate because I had a lot of help. Like my housemate helped me, not so much write the music, but like just help me make it sound good. He would tell me what to do, how to do it. And then I'd go away and, make my own mistakes and, actually learn on my own.
Well, that's the best way to do it in a way. It's like go out and then just like do your own thing. But then like, you make your mistakes and you fix them up later on. You actually, you learn from your mistakes in a way.
That's right. Yeah. So like, I've made some tunes which, they're not at the quality that you need to show a label, to show someone else. Whereas like the music that's been published, like that's actually been made, like mastered by a studio, like like so I've learned a lot, like
it's a never-ending thing. Like
yes,
like I was saying this the other day actually. I think it was on one of the podcasts where it's like even Deadmau5, who's he's a whiz. He's been around forever, but he'll actually go on Twitter and ask people, okay, well, this is the thing I've got. I don't know what this is. Help me out. And people will comment and like teach him how to do things. Even though he's bloody Deadmau5, but music is music. Like there's so many different little things that just like, it's just a never ending like knowledge thing, like never ending education almost. And so have you always been on Fruity Loops, or did you swap to Ableton or anything like that? Or
so I was using FL Studio until FL Studio 12.
Okay. And
then I switched to Studio One.
Studio One? Never heard of Studio One before.
So it's a company called Personas.
Okay.
I ended up buying some hardware. So I bought a sound card and some monitors, that I was recommended. And then I used the program that came with the sound card. And a mate of mine and I produced a tune together. And we ended up I ended up getting hooked on the program. Like
really,
because it was good.
Would you say it's different to FL, or like how would you compare it to FL? Is it just better in a way, or
it's more like Cubase?
More like Cubase. Okay.
Like very similar interface, like very similar workflow.
Okay.
Compared to FL Studio,
because I've only ever used FL. I tried using Ableton, but I was like, I don't know what I'm doing at all. Because I spent a lot of time like watching online videos and tutorials and the whole lot, so I learnt FL Studio. But I just couldn't get my head around how to actually make music.
All right.
Like, for me, it was just actually creating things. I could use the interface, and it's really straightforward, I'd say, on FL.
Yeah.
And it's really like user friendly as well.
Yes.
But then, so like, what was it called again? So it was
Studio One.
Studio One, yep. And like, has it been around for a while at all, or?
To my knowledge, it's been around for a few years.
Yeah.
But my mate, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it's like a really easy to follow interface. Like you got your mixer channel, you got your pattern channel, like where you can write patterns or edit the patterns. You got a playlist and
it's just easy plug in VSTs and the whole lot.
Yeah, like the VSTs are like all native.
Yeah.
So it's hard to put in VSTs external ones. Like I still haven't figured out how to do that.
Oh really? Because there'll be a tutorial out there somewhere, I reckon.
Yeah.
But then, just for people that don't know, VSTs, they're virtual synthesizers, aren't they?
So VST is just a plug-in. So you could right patterns.
Yeah, because then it's just like you can like Massive. Have you ever used Massive or Nexus or anything like that at all?
Not really, actually. I've always used native plugins for the software.
Yeah, okay. That's a good way to do it though, because instead of going out and buying so much and this and that, like that stuff can be quite expensive. Like
it is, yeah.
Yeah, like Nexus. A lot of people swear by Nexus.
Yeah.
Because there's so much you can do on it. But then, wow, they've really changed the layout of Nexus. But with Nexus, I've always found that, like, well, not I've always found. I remember reading a tweet from Rob Swire from Pendulum.
Oh, yes,
and he basically just said, like, all producers these days, like all the kids, right, they'll get Nexus and then they'll just, like, get a preset pack. They'll buy it, because you can buy presets. Like, these are them here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like house packs, like Italia, disco by the looks of it, and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And then what they'll do is they'll get one of those preset packs, and then they'll just change the sounds from there.
Yeah, right.
So it's not creating your own sound. It's using one of these sounds and then tweaking it to make your own thing.
Yes.
Which is like, like compared to like, like proper producers back in the day, it's like you create the sound from scratch.
Yes.
You stick a guitar in and then you play a riff or whatever, and then you modulate it from there.
Yes.
Instead of just buying sample packs.
That's the thing with using native synths. I like to create my own like key patterns.
Yeah.
So I'll write my own pads, I write my own bass lines. The presets are always usually obviously whatever presets are on that one instrument. But then I tweak it, sort of to make it sound a little bit different to what it would sound like.
Yeah, and make it your own sound in a way.
Make it your own sound, but then like actually compose the riff pattern, I've always been into that. That's why I started off with progressive stuff, because it was very choppy.
Yeah.
It was like, arpeggiators. Whereas now, like I like more longer time bass lines. Hold it for, sustain for
16 or 32 bars or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because progressive music, like progressive house and stuff, it can be absolute bangers. Like that's what Deadmau5 was. Deadmau5 was progressive house for a long time.
Yes.
And like electro on the whole lot. And now he's kind of like, he's changed his style a little bit, but he's still keeping those roots almost.
Definitely, yeah.
Do you find as well, like, as a producer, that you kind of have to stay with what, like, that sound you're making, or do you go off and make your own stuff? Because, it's like Skrillex is Skrillex. You can hear a sound, you go, that sounds like Skrillex, right? Or like Diplo and this and that. But like with the 3 EPs, are they all the same genre, or did they change at all? Or
it's all broken beat drum and bass. So like like a heavy aim and breaks. Yeah, like jungle type sounds.
Can we actually play some of that demo if that's right?
Yes,
like, I really want to play actually some of it. And then I got to ask, so I mean, it's pretty obvious, but where did the name DJ Jools come from?
Like, my name's Julio, and in English, my actual name is Julius Caesar.
Really?
So that's my English name,
Julius Caesar.
I wanted to keep Julio.
Jupiter and Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to keep Julio because that's in my native language. And someone at work started calling me Jools.
Jools.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, instead of Jools, Jules. And then like she'd call me Jools because I don't pronounce the J. And I thought, if I put the J on there, like, it'll actually sound like Jules, as in like Julius or like Julian.
Yeah.
So then I changed the spelling.
Like, it's a sick name, like DJ Jools. It's just like sounds like bling.
yeah. But I've changed my name now, so
because it's Interceptor.
Intercept,
right?
Yeah.
Yes. And so, how long ago did you change it?
This year.
Okay.
I wanted to go with a new direction with my music.
Yep.
And start writing a lot more 4/4 sort of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But
like what genre 4/4?
Techno and like not progressive house, minimal techno.
Minimal techno, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, that sounds alright.
Yeah, so I'm experimenting with a few sounds, but I can't stay away from drum and bass.
Really?
I always come back to it, you know,
it's
like,
got you hooked.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds alright. I mean, drum and bass, like it is one of a kind. It's such a amazing genre in itself almost. Like it is, yeah. There's just so much energy, and it can be so chill, but it can be so party at the same time.
Yeah. Like I'd like to show you one of my tunes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
If you go on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So if you go scroll down.
Yeah, then we were talking about.
Oh, shout out to Marco. Oh, damn, we've got so many comments. Shout out Lucian.
So if we have a quick listen to this, so quick shout outs to all the people.
Yeah, so shout out to William, shout out to Nikki.
Yeah, shout out Nikki. Haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah.
And Will.
And Louis.
This is talking about back when he first started DJing in clubs. He was also there.
And then
just do hip hop nights back then.
Isaac, and then that's my girlfriend Sharon. Hi Sharon.
Shout out Sharon.
Marco.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Oh, Jay Canny. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Simon as well.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys, for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and shout out to Brendan, which is like just then.
Yeah.
Brendan's in chat.
How you go, mate?
Let me get the desktop audio.
You're a popular guy, Julio. You're a very popular dude.
I'm very fortunate to have a lot of friends. You know, like you know, a lot of online friends. You know, like and have good people around me. You know what I mean? Like I feel very fortunate to have that.
It's just like almost like a family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way to be. Like it's always the best way to do it. Like look out for your mates look out for you.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, let's get on to this music.
So if you want to scroll down to on the tracks.
And so what's the story behind this song that we're going to be playing?
So this song's called Haunted. If you keep scrolling down, that's the one there. So that's a tune that I wrote. I had an idea one night, and I made an intro, and I kept building on it until I got the final result.
Really?
And my mate Sam mastered it for me.
Yeah.
So
so it holds quite deep to you.
Yeah, and he got put out on the Rolling Rascals Volume 1 compilation.
Okay.
So apart from the 3 EPs that I have, that's another release, like I just appearing in a compilation. And yeah, this has got 2 versions, but this is the radio edit.
The radio edit. Okay. So you had to actually shorten it for the radio edit, or
no. Like, I call it that because like the original had like Paranormal Activity samples.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds cool though.
It's a really dark tune, but like when Sam was mastering it, he reckons he jumped a few times. Like,
really?
Because the drums are quite heavy, and then like when the you know like the paranormal samples would come in, you'd be like. So, oh man! Like,
what was that?
Yeah, was that in the music or was that in my head? Like,
fuck yeah, that sounds alright.
Yeah,
that sounds hell creative.
Yeah.
All right, well let's give it a play demo. Can they make sure they can hear it on the thing?
Can, yeah.
Yep, sweet. All right, here we go. Just sucks we have to play it on the TV like this. Like,
that's all right, mate. Yeah,
but still, as long as we can hear it, like they can hear the full thing with the bass and everything.
Awesome, yeah.
And so, how long did it take you to make this?
A few months.
A few months, really.
Yeah.
But like, oh, this is sick.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, this is sick. This is so cool. And have you played this out and about as well?
I have, yeah. I've played it at a few parties, eh?
Yeah, I can imagine people go off to this, right?
Yeah, man. Like, our bush people love this stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I can just hear it in the synth work as well. It's just like, out bush, you just feel like lights, lasers, dark, and just like people fucking getting down to it.
I find it interesting that at certain times of the day, like people dance to this a lot more than like early in the night, they'll dance to it. Early in the morning, they just chill.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like chill, kick back, and just, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds sick though.
Cheers, man.
Oh, that's dope. That is so cool. And so when did you release this? How old? 4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 years ago, yeah.
Okay. So it was like 2018 then when you released it?
I don't remember the year actually, like it was a time where I was playing a lot of gigs, so like I don't remember the dates.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But like, yeah, 2018 I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Or 2017 actually.
I just wish we had bass. Like, if we had bass, I can imagine this would be fucking fat, right?
Check it out on your headphones, man. Like, when you get a chance, eh?
Because that synth right there sounds deep, like, very deep.
That's all FL Studio.
That was on FL, really?
Yeah. So it's all native plugins as well.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like, it's like, you know, as I said, you didn't have to go out and buy anything else. Like, you had it all there. Like.
That's right, yeah.
Because, like, a lot of people just go out and they just spend so much money on this and that, but, like, it's good that you're actually using everything within the software.
And then until you run out of presets, and then you have to buy VST.
Exactly, yeah. It's pretty cool, though.
Cheers, man.
I can imagine though outboard should just echo.
It does, eh?
Just like echo just far. It's like, it sounds so cool.
And the drums, like, actually, like, they're just so, like, loud. You know what I mean? Like, out in the bush.
Yeah, it's like, just so dancey. So dancey.
Like, a lot of people, they struggle to find this in the city.
Yeah.
Like, to dance to this in the city. Whereas our bush people just dance to the full pelt, like, you know, to every beat, you know, like.
Yeah, because that's it. Like, like events that would actually, like, kind of run this kind of stuff. They're kind of like, there's a few. Like, you know, shout out to Andy Carpenter and Sam and stuff like that for all the events, like, for the drum and bass events they're throwing. Yeah. But, like, drum and bass events, you know, like, there are some out there, but it's not everywhere, unfortunately. Yes. It's just like with house and techno. It's like, Perth is just so small, almost.
That's right, yeah.
Will we play another one, if that's all good?
Yeah, no worries, yeah. I don't know. Do you want to pick one, Damo?
I want to listen to Marlon.
Sure.
I really like this.
Nice.
Oh, look how young you look there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you look so young there as well.
That was about 6 years ago, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, where are you standing at the front of?
That's at Mills Records.
Mills Records, okay. That's cool. And so this is hardcore?
Yeah, this is like breakbeat hardcore, yeah.
Sweet. So cool. This is sick. I can already tell this is awesome. This is going to be good.
Like, this didn't get a master. It was just, you know, like something that I mixed, and like I mixed it down and put it up online. But this is the kind of stuff that I'm trying to make at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like slower tempos, but still aim and breaks.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, that's what I'm experimenting at the moment.
Because the aim and break, isn't that, can we Google that while in the background whilst it's playing? Because the amen break's been used in a lot of different things. It's one of the most sampled sounds, right?
It is, yeah. So like what you hear the drums, that drum pattern, it's like that's called the amen break.
Okay. And so what defines the amen break? Is that drum pattern? But like, did you make that from scratch, the amen break, or is it like so? So
I started off making it, you know, like you know, sampling records.
Yeah.
You know, like I had like, you know, like drum beats that I would sample. But like all my latest stuff, I actually map every single hit. Really? You know, like so all the hits you hear, like all my newest stuff, like they're all like individual instrument hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's sick. Though. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's very time consuming. Like, you know, because it's a very intricate drum pattern. Yeah. At this speed, but like
because it's still like 175, right? Like,
this is like 160.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but it's still exactly. It's so quick, so fast.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Just the tempo of it, like, you know, like it's like very chopped, like. Yeah.
I wonder if we played the amen break. This is really cool, by the way.
It's not. It's not copyright.
Yeah.
That's what they use.
Can we actually play the amen break?
So yeah, it's right here. Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
My love.
Can we get a zoomed in picture of that photo?
Shout out to my girl Sharon for this one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What? So she inspired you to make this, or?
No, but I want to dedicate it to her.
Oh no, that's cute. That's very cool.
She said she was going to tune in, eh? So I hope she's listening.
Yeah, Sharon, if you're listening and you heard that,
I'll be listening, honey.
This would have gone off.
Yeah,
this
man.
Would have been
like,
sick. This would have been so cool in a club.
I've never played this out anywhere. Eh?
Really?
Nah.
Really? What stopped you from playing it out and about?
I've never have. It's not mastered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, I just have never. I don't play at this tempo.
Yeah.
And if I split it up to drum and bass speed, like, it'll probably sound pretty cool. You know, like,
that's sick sound. That's sick
man.
sound.
I love a Perth Djs to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so cool though, all of this.
Cheers, man.
But yeah, as you were saying though, like, so, like, you don't like you sped up drum bass.
This is not like the type of music that like I would play normally. Like, you know, at this tempo, I speed it up a lot harder.
Yeah, yeah.
So this, I don't know what this song would sound like in the middle of, like, it probably sound pretty cool, but like I just never have, you know, like.
No, that's fair. That's good though.
Yeah.
And so, like, you've never mastered. So, do you master your own tracks as well? No. Or yeah, like we were talking about this last night actually. Like with we had an indie rock band on.
Yes.
And so, like, can you turn it down just a little bit, Damo, if that's all right? And so, like, we were talking about this last night actually. Like with mastering, it's always good to get another set of ears to master your music.
Definitely.
Because like, you know, like, how long would you spend in the studio making tracks? Like hours, right?
Yeah, hours. I mean, yeah.
And then it's like, you know, you get ear fatigue and the whole lot, and like you got your headphones on, or you listen to your monitors, and it's like you just hear your own music. But you get someone else, and it's like, okay, we can tweak this, we can do this, we can do that. Like,
that's right. Yeah.
Do you pay for the mastering, right?
Yes.
Do you have like a specific master, someone that masters it for you, or do you always go?
I've used different people along the way.
Yeah.
So I've used Labelworks.
Labelworks?
Yeah. So they were the first people that I started using.
Okay.
And then I started paying my mate Sam.
Yeah.
He was my master engineer for a while. So he mastered a lot of my, you know, unreleased stuff. You know, like just stuff that was on SoundCloud. And then I started using Sugarland Studios.
Sugarland Studios. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah,
Are they Perth as well?
They're
or?
in Perth as well,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
And they got a vinyl lathe where they cut records as well.
That's sick. So they can print custom records.
Yes.
That's so cool. So you can get you could get your music on record then.
Definitely, yeah.
Damn.
So that's all in the process of learning how to write music so that you can actually, you know, master it for vinyl.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's not the same as digital.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a certain formula that like I haven't learned yet.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like it's still got to be in mono, and you know, like just the way you mix it is a little bit different, and then the way it gets mastered, like you just have to like be very careful of like what channels you're putting on, you know, in the forefront. Otherwise, it just won't sound clear.
That's it. Yeah, because it could sound like muddy or muddled, right?
Yeah. That's
yeah,
right.
because that's only something I only recently discovered, like the last couple of years, where it's like,
yes,
you know, it's like you got to have like 80%, 20%, or like 60 and 40, and like different ears, and like for like different sounds to actually make it sound more honed in a way.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't realize that you couldn't just like put it 100 and 100, like it would just sound muddied and like all over the shop almost.
Yeah, you have to pretty much, you know, like adjust the level so that, you know, everything has its own space. And that's the bit that took me years to learn. And then when finally I learned, you know, how to do it, like then I just started experimenting with other stuff, you know, like.
Did you ever look at any online tutorials or anything like that at all? Or?
Very much, yes. So I've
they can help so much, right?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, so like they're the best source of information for a specific program. You know, if a producer or an artist that you really like uses this program, and they, you know, they show you how they do things, you can learn so much from there, eh?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, it just kind of sucks, though, in a way. Like, Lab 6 is amazing, and they're doing really, really well, but they only teach Ableton. They don't teach, like, other DAWs or anything like that.
Yes.
And if they did a Fruity Loops, they used to do a Fruity Loops FL Studio thing, but, like, I was too late for it, and I would have signed up for that. Because, as I said, I loved FL Studio, but I just couldn't get my head around the production. But But, like, so to get to that level, how many tracks did you make to be able to make masterpieces like that?
Like probably maybe about 20
tracks, really.
That like you're just sitting in my hard drive, and you know, like I actually lost a lot of my old music,
really,
but I have music, a whole folder of stuff that I've made that like not many people have heard,
really. And
you know, like which is music that like, you know, like I've made to experiment with, And then the ones that I do show people, like this is the ones that I'm like, okay, I feel like this is good enough to show someone. You know, so that's where my music's come about.
That's like, a good thing though. Instead of just going like, I'm going to show everyone this and that, but it's like, nah, I don't know if I could show someone this. Like maybe later on down the track, or would you ever get like your tracks? Like, would you ever put them out as just like the unreleased tapes at all?
Yeah, like so the My Love, that's an unreleased tune. Like it's just something that I made, and you know, like I put it up online. You know, like there's a lot of those like in my hard drive. You know, like
yeah, just like the classics. There's like the hidden B-sides that you've got basically.
Yeah. So there's another one on my Mixcloud. That's like something a bit newer.
On Mixcloud or SoundCloud?
Sorry, SoundCloud.
No, that's all right. Yeah.
And like that one's more of so if you go 94 style,
sorry, 94 style.
Yeah. Oh, it's disappeared.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Spewing.
Well, it's good we pointed that out, because now you can re-upload it. Like,
yeah.
Just thought it was up there.
The reason I wanted to show you was because I have two versions of it. I have one version at 175 BPM and another version at 160 BPM.
Okay.
So the one that was online is at 160.
Yeah, okay.
But then the 175 BPM one, like I heard it the other day, like just randomly. And I was like, wow, like, you know, like it's something that I want to show people now. You know, like it's
like it's grown on you in a way, and it's like...
It grew on me, yeah.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. I was going to say, can we quickly play the Amen break? Because I actually do, I really do want to hear that. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it had like the jazzy kind of, like, as you said as well, like drum and bass had the jazzy influences like that.
That's right. Yeah. And that's the main flavor for like drum and bass, really. Like, you know, like
just like really quick tempo and just hammering it out. When did that actually come out? That Amen break?
Like in the 60s, late 60s.
Really? So someone was actually playing that, like just like going ham at it, like just
on the drum on a drum kit. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And then people started using that drum loop. They started using it on like drum machines. And you know, like the hip hop was the first people to use it. And then they started using it in acid house. And then you know, then jungle came about.
Yeah.
And then drum and bass, and then like a lot of techno, like a lot of old school techno, like has like really nice breakbeat patterns at the start of it.
Yeah.
You know, in between it, like, but they're all sped up. You know, like it just got faster and faster. Like, so it doesn't sound like that. You know, like
that's it. Yeah, it's a lot quicker than that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still the same pattern. You know, like which is pretty cool.
So we've only got around 5 minutes left as well. Like this has flown by so quick.
It has,
like, It's really flown by quick.
Yeah.
Did you want to do any shout outs and like out to anyone that could potentially be watching or later on?
Yeah, probably my mate Brendan. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And my love Sharon, thank you for tuning in too. I'd like to give a shout out to Brett from LR Records. And yeah, my mate Chevy, he's probably not tuned in, but he's not on Facebook, so he wouldn't have been able to tune in.
Well, you can just send it to him later on, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Check this out.
yeah. I'll send him the video. And yes, just everyone, like everyone that's tuned in, thank you very much. Like I appreciate.
I got to say though as well, like, you've had such a good career so far in it. Like you've done so much. And like before we went, one thing we forgot to touch on is like you went on RTR as well.
Yeah. So I've appeared on Looney Tunes a few times.
Sweet, yeah. Looney Tunes is a good station.
It is, yeah.
Like what time slot were you doing for the Looney Tunes? Like
from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Really, you did like what 5-hour sets?
Nah. Like it'd be like 4 or 5 of us, and then we just take turns on the decks. Like,
really?
Yeah.
That sounds like such a cruisy thing to do though. That'd be so cool, right?
Yeah,
just,
like, back in the day, man. Like it was good. It was good fun, eh? Like
because RTR's been around for a long time, hasn't it?
Since the 70s.
Yeah. Really? Since the 70s, RTR's been around?
Yes.
I thought it was like 90s.
Nah. It's been in the 70s, eh?
No shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're still kicking. Like, yeah. Like, it's good that they're still around because I know they have to get fundraising and stuff, and it's like a public radio, but
yeah,
it's, you know, like, everyone loves RTR in Perth. Everyone, like,
definitely, yeah.
You know,
like,
it's so much better than the commercial shit that's out there.
Yeah, so many good programs, you know, like really nice like genre specific programs, which makes it interesting. You know, you hear all the latest stuff.
That's it.
You know, like, so that's what makes it such a good station.
And it's like the local flavor as well in a way.
It is, yeah. A lot of local stuff gets played on there. You know, like yeah, like Full Frequency. You know, they do the music that we're into. You know, the dance music sort of stuff. But they do a lot of other different programs. You know, like alternative stuff, like. You know, like they have reggae, like
and they got we interviewed Sophia not too long ago, and she runs a ambient zone as well on Sundays.
Oh yes,
and it's like all ambient sort of stuff. And like as she said on the podcast, like ambient is defined as like not having a drum beat. It's just sounds, like it's just like really mellow, chill, like could put you to sleep sounds. But that sounds like amazing, to be honest. Like
it's good music to chill out to.
And apparently she does like a lot of crate digging for that as well. Just try and find unique, like, you know, German artists or like Swiss artists that, you know, just so minimal, so chill, so relaxing. I was going to ask, well, so where can people find you, and like what gigs have you got coming up just before we wrap things up?
So I'll be playing for soon. In August.
Oh yeah, for Villain X soon, right?
That's the one. Yes.
Yeah,
so
that'll be cool.
That's the next thing I got lined up, and I don't really have anything else in the pipeline at the moment. So I'm also working on a 10-track EP.
Sweet.
So like
to launch your new name, right?
Yes. So by the end of the year, I should have a few tracks ready to
10-track EP. That's like an album,
pretty much. Yeah. So like that's why I've been quiet with releasing stuff the last 6 months, you know, like, so I'm working on, you know, releasing some music.
Yeah.
And just
would you release them as like 2 EPs or just 1 EP, or
it'll be just one whole EP?
Yeah, that's nuts though. 10 songs on an EP. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And like, would they all be like they'll be similar genre, right?
That's correct.
And then like, are you going to try and get them to flow into each other, or will they just be like one after the other, or like?
There isn't an order at the moment.
Okay.
I'm working with a vocalist who, you know, we're writing a song together at the moment.
Okay.
And that's shout out Jana. Like she's you know, recording some vocals with me, and like we've got some instrumentals. You know, so that's a project that's been in the works for a few months now. And there's about 6 tracks that are like pretty much solid finished.
Really?
So I need to write a few more.
How is it working with a vocalist though as well? Like, does she just write her own lyrics and then you make music around that, or do you like write the lyrics for her and then she sings, like, or like how does the construction come about?
So I sent her, like, you know, the concept of what I wanted to write about.
Yep.
And she then interpreted it in her own way, because I wanted her to sort of have that,
creative control,
creativity as well, the creative input, to have, like, you know, her own voice to it. And she sent me a few recordings of like her voice, and I've sent her portions of like the instrumentals. So we're gonna get together and go record the vocals in the studio.
Oh wow!
So like that's in the pipeline in the next few weeks or so.
Do you have a studio in mind of where you would go at all?
Yes. So we'll be using a mate's. The name escapes my mind. But yeah, it's a mate of mine that plays in a band.
Yeah. Okay.
He's his
own studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool though. That's really cool.
So we're just gonna basically get the vocals, like the vocal stems, and then I go away and, you know, like finish the track. Like,
yeah, no, that sounds amazing. Like, I can't wait to hear it, honestly.
Thanks, mate.
And like in next year or the year after, I definitely want to get you back on without a doubt, and like see, you know, what else you've done and like all the music you've created and the whole lot.
That'd be excellent. Yeah.
With this EP, will it go on the label at all, or one of the labels, or?
So I'm planning to release it on Little Rascal Records.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
because they're interested. Yeah. There's nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to sort of.
But I can imagine. I can imagine though, like you just say, hey, like I got 10-track EP, and they'd probably be open arms to it, probably. So
So he runs a radio show on Friday afternoons.
Yeah, okay.
And he's played some of my music, some of my new dubs, like on his radio show.
That's cool. That's really cool. He just tune into the radio and like, hey, that's my music.
yeah. So he wants to publish my music. Like it's just like just in the process of writing it.
Yep.
And then once it's all written and mastered, then then I can approach them and say, I want a release date.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's really cool.
Definitely.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on though. Like I had no idea you were using like, the Amiga 3000, was it? Or
the 500.
Yeah, 500. Yeah, that's so cool. Like classic like, technology. Yeah. And then going to a rave when you were 15.
Yeah.
That's, as I said, like a treasure hunt. That's so amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So many experiences and adventures it seems like you've been on.
Yeah.
And like going to the raves back in the early 2000s, seeing like happy hardcore in the flesh and like just like actual party full on flat out, because it's a lot more commercial now in Perth, unfortunately, but like you still got the drum bass events, techno and this and that, but majority of the clubs these days, it's all commercial because that's what the kids want to hear.
That's right.
TikTok music.
Which
is a bit shitty, but it's just that's how it's progressed. So
it's all online these days, like it's all streaming.
Yeah.
There's very, very few records being made.
Yeah.
Not even CDs, really.
Yeah,
people don't buy CDs anymore. Like you stream it on streaming sites.
That's exactly it. And I look at Sanity. Sanity used to be everywhere, but now they've got very few stores, unfortunately. And it just sucks a bit, but it's just how the digital age has come about. And so that's where I really, really wish I was younger. Like I wish I was a bit older when I was, because in that way I could actually go crate digging and like go into the record store and like listen to this track and go, oh my God, that's so good. Because it would have been such an experience, right?
It was, yeah. Like the only place you can get that now these days, like would be in Europe.
Yeah.
Where the record, like the record store scene is a lot bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Than in Perth. In the US, you can still buy records like from record stores.
Yeah, but they've got the population for it as well. That's the thing. Like 340 million people in America, isn't it, Damo? Yeah, 340. And then, millions of people in bloody Europe. Too many people in Europe.
But just buying records, like you can buy them online these days, like so that's kind of the digital age as well.
Exactly. But it takes the fun out of it almost. It's like going into the store and we're like just like, oh, that looks cool, let's give that a listen. Or what's on the back of that? And then
and finding that little the few gems, like
that's it. And then being the first person to play it out and about and like having that record, like
that was really good.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming on. Like,
thank you.
This has been a lot of fun, and this has been so knowledgeable. So much cool shit. Honestly, so much cool shit. I didn't expect it, to be honest. Like I thought it was just gonna be like music and production, and like the last 10 years, not like since early 2000s of like what is back then. So honestly, it was a pleasure having you on. It's so cool.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right. We're ready to wrap things up, Damo. So Damo makes us wave at the camera so people know that we have finished. He makes us. Like, if we don't do it, he gets, All right. We will see you guys in a fortnight because I fly out tomorrow for a week, but we've got some more guests and we've got more podcasts coming up. So I'll keep you guys on the loop. So just, stay tuned and check out the Facebook page.
Thanks, mate.
And also, where can people find you as well? Just quickly.
On Facebook under Intercept.
Under Intercept, yeah.
So at Electronic Interceptor.
Yeah, yep. And on your SoundCloud as well, right?
Yeah, so Intercept on SoundCloud as well.
Yep, we'll post all this in underneath in the comments so people can actually find you on it as well, definitely.
Sounds good, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, not a problem. All right, we'll see you guys in a fortnight. Catch ya.
See you later. Thanks for having me.